morning, everyone. Today I am going to show you how to sew on our next button. It is the 4-hole button. This is a very common button that you'll see on shirts. It has 4 holes and it is very similar to the 2-hole button. You are going to start the same way. You go from the back and pull until your knot hits. This is why we always need a double knot. And then you are going to go through one of the holes and you are going to go diagonal through the other set of holes now. Okay, so I went across the button and I'm going to do that same thing 5 times through each set of holes. This, with the 4-hole button, you might want a little bit more thread because you are going through the holes for a total of 10 times. So you might want a little bit more than 36 inches of thread. You could go up to 40 or even 48 if you've been good and you haven't gotten your thread tangled. That way you don't run out. So that's 5 through this set of holes. So now I'm going to do the same thing through the other set of holes, and I'm going to do that 5 times as well. It's important to sew a button on securely so that it doesn't fall off again. It takes just a few extra minutes to make sure you go through 5 times through each set of holes. You really want to do that. That way, 2 weeks later, it's not coming apart. And you can see I've done that both times. You can see I have an X attaching the button. Now you're going to repeat the same process as before. So I'm going to go from the back to the front without going through the button. I am going to wrap it around 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to go back down and tie my knots. Okay. I do have my tail from before, so I will cut that off when I cut this thread off. And you can see that I don't have as much thread as I had the first time to tie my knots. And I know tying knots can be tricky sometimes, so I want to, if you want to add a little bit extra thread when you're threading your needle, this would be a good time to do so. Or when you start would be a good time to do so. So now I have my 3 knots, so I'm going to cut this thread off from my knot from before, and then that thread off, and you can see I have my button securely sewn on here, and it's attached. It's not coming off, which is what you want. You want your button to stay on. Okay. Enjoy. Keep up the good work.